Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all good? I hope so. Okay, so I saw the clip where Nell and Kimmy they going back and forth, right? I didn't understand why they were going back and forth, so I was like, let me scroll back because I was over there on reality entertainment TV. So I scroll back, I see Kimmy and Destiny, Tisha, Trish, they out at this place, they're making bath bombs. Somebody asked about Nell. She says she isn't here because she has an event later on. So when she said that, I'm thinking, oh, okay, so she must have told them she couldn't come. No, that was not it. Even though Kimmy stood up there and said, it's like every time I try to get everybody together, somebody always missing. That's what had me thinking. Nell said, well, I already have something planned. I can't make it. Only for Kimmy to get in her confessional and say that she did not invite Nell because she had something already planned. But at the same time, she was trying to get everybody together so they could be cool and on the same page. But you didn't invite Nell. And I feel like it was intentional. You didn't want her there anyway. And I don't care what she said over there with Los, talking about she don't have no problem with Nell and she don't care what the people say. Girl, you are lying to yourself, okay? The people have really started to figure out who you are, right? I feel like you do have some type of issue with Nell, and that's just in my personal opinion. And I could take it all the way back to the expo situation when y'all felt a way about Nell asking, like, why didn't y'all invite Chris and I to the meetings or whatever? We've been a big part of the community for years, this, that, and the other. Then you call her over to your office and you sit behind the desk like you the HBIC, like you the principal, and you have a problem with her and want to call her out, and she's sitting over there looking like a little girl. Like, no. That from back then, that's when I feel like whatever it was, something is just maybe something about her you don't like. I mean, I don't know. But so then fast forward, they make it over there to Nell's event. Now I'm thinking that she could have an event, right? She over there putting some cups on the table. This a get together. So if you would have said to her, I'm planning on all us meeting up to make bath bombs, you welcome to come. She could have said herself, okay, well, I could stop through for an hour, then get back over here and set up. You didn't even give her the chance. So they get there. She tell them what they're going to do. Trish, she said something like, dang, we've been messing with balls all day. And she's like, huh, what that mean? So that's when Kimmy says, well, we just got through doing this and the other. And she was like, well, was that a couple thing or was it just the ladies? Kimmy going to say, well, it was everybody but you. And so now Nell feel away in her confessional. She felt away like, you invited everybody but me and you just now telling me about it. So I would feel like you didn't want me there anyway. You didn't even allow me the chance to decide whether or not I wanted to come. So then Kimmy pulled her to the side and she tells her what Destiny said about you saying that you want Tisha to keep your name out of her MF mouth or mind her business or whatever. And I guess Kimmy, you know that little goofy face she do, and she standing up there looking at her like that, and I guess she thought Nell was gonna like backtrack or say she didn't say it or it was a misunderstanding, and Nell said, I did say that, and she stood on it. So she's still up there with that goofy look. So she wanted to ask Nell, like, do you think y'all can talk? Let's go out here and talk. Nell didn't want to talk, but she obliged her and said, okay, let's go out here and talk. So they go out to this little patio thing. It's Nell, Kimmy, Trish, Destiny, Tisha. Tisha does the Tisha thing where she asks you a question about somebody that's sitting there. So she asks Destiny, what did she say? Destiny explains, and I'm like, Tisha, Nell right there. You could have asked Nell that same question. So she finally decides to say, well, Nell, why did y'all have to leave LA or whatever? And Nell said, that's none of your business. Which is not any of your business, Tisha. What you're doing when it comes to Destiny and Lance and this baby, it's the same thing you did when it came to Destiny, Sonny, and Moses. You inserted yourself into something that had nothing to do with you just to try to prove that you know how to be a friend. You know where I'm going with it, right? That's what you're trying to do. Nell didn't owe Destiny anything when it came to that situation. And like I say, I thought they was talking about Chris Jr. baby, but I didn't know that they was talking about Lance. So if it has to do with Lance, and he was the one that was kicking it with Destiny, it was his responsibility to tell Destiny that. So you have nothing to do with this, the same way Kimmi don't have anything to do with this situation. It makes no sense. So Kimmi says something, Nell's like, look, I'm good, I'm fine, whatever, whatever. And I hear people saying that, well, Nell, you lied, you did say that. Now, maybe I didn't hear it in the clip, or I wasn't paying enough attention, but I never heard Nell say, I did not say that. She just said, ain't your business. And it's not your business. The same way when people be asking y'all about your husbands and you don't want to talk about it and it ain't their business, this is not your business. So then Kimmi yells. You can call it a yell. You can call it elevating her voice. You can call her being animated. Whatever you want to call it. It went high. You see what I'm saying? She go, well, Nell, you the one that said did. Okay. So then Nell, she hasn't yelled yet in the scene. And she's like, well, it's not. So now Tisha talking and Destiny talking. So you know how it is when everybody is talking. You trying to talk over the other person so that you could be heard. So now Nell's voice has gone to the same level as theirs. Now they want to tell her, why you yelling? Kimmi, you started yelling first. What are you talking about? And again, I don't care what you said over there with Los, talking about, well, it may not have been in the scene, but she was yelling. And you can even hear T. You can hear T say, well, Nell, why you yell? She would think the lady was yelling regardless. Nell has that auntie, that heavy voice where it sounds like she's yelling, like she's always loud, but she really isn't. That's just how she talk. But once everybody got to talking and talking at her, y'all no longer talking to her, you're talking at her. Now she's talking the way that y'all are talking. And Kimmi, you have the nerve to say, well, do you feel like I'm talking to you the way you talk to me? Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I don't know why you don't hear it. So then Kimmi decides to say, you keep talking to me like that, you keep yelling, I'm going to throw you in the pool. Nell's like, all right, do it. Because you ain't about to throw me nowhere. And she stood up. Then Kimmi stands up. So now they going back and forth. Destiny get up. She come in the middle of them. Kimmi that fell back. By her falling back, that made Destiny kind of grab onto Nell and it kind of pull her wig. And she's like, get your hands, don't be pulling my wig. This, that, and the other. Kimmi stands up, stomping her feet. Why are you talking like that? Why are you threatening me like that? Girl, what y'all are not about to do is stand in this woman's face and try to gaslight her and make her seem like she was the issue. Nell says, well, y'all ganging up on me. Y'all coming at me. The victim card holder decides to jump up out of her seat and say, victim. Tisha, sit down. Sit down. You are so annoying. Goodness gracious, you are. Girl. So the guys, they getting up, they trying to see what's going on or whatever. Baby Maurice ain't moved. So they make it back into the building. Kimmi decides that she wants to apologize. I would not have accepted the apology, but that's just me. Then in her confessional, she wants to say that her dad was abusive. He would drink, I guess yell, get loud, whatever. So that's a trigger for her. I'm sorry you had to go through that. At the same time, I really do not care because there have been several situations where people have been yelling around you. You have also been a yeller. You yelled just at the last reunion, but you wasn't triggered then. All the yelling Martell has done, not once have you said anything along those lines. You never seemed to have had an issue with other people yelling. So now when Nell, as y'all say, was yelling, now all of a sudden you feel triggered and that bothered you and you can't take it. Well, if you can't take it, don't dish it because you started yelling first. And we are going by the scene that we saw. And you wouldn't even have to worry about being triggered if you would have minded your business. The same thing that Nell told Tisha to do, that's what you should have done. But as being Tisha's mouthpiece, because you listen to Destiny, the bone carrier, here you go in something that you wouldn't even have to be triggered by. Because it wouldn't have been a situation. But it also go back to y'all never have a storyline. If Tisha isn't talking about destiny and this situation with Lance and this baby, what else is she gonna talk about? If you ain't trying to speak for Tisha and insert yourself in Tisha's situation or destiny situation or what you gonna talk about? Nothing. And then Tisha again do her Tisha thing and gonna tell Nell, where you were cursing at me, she was not cursing at you. She said, I did say keep your name or mind your business. Mind your mother. That's it. And cursing at you would have been like, look, bitch, I told you. And since you don't understand it, I need you to keep my name out of your motherfucking mouth. Okay? That would have been cursing at you. It would have been more curse words that would have been directed at you. That's not what happened. And that's why people always say you love to start stuff, you love to throw rocks and hide your hand, because when you was wagging your little finger at Nell and she said, well, I'm just doing this to you because you're doing this to me. What did you do? Put your hand down. You are just, oh my gosh, girl, you are so annoying. This is crazy. Then on the trailer, it showed that they sitting there with her mama, and her mama talking about, I need to see, I need to come down there, I need to see. And that's why she had made that post a while back before her mama got, she was like, I miss my mom on the show. We know, because you can't never speak for yourself. And you only get activated when there's a group of people. You did it with Melody, you did it with Stormy, you even did it with Kimmi. That's the only time that you get activated. I just don't understand it. I cannot believe Kimmi tried to flip this on Nell to try to make her the issue when it was you. You didn't have to go back and say anything to her. If she said, mind your business, that's where you should have left it. Then when y'all sitting there talking, Destiny is gonna say, well, Kimmi, you handle it because you know how to mediate. You the mediator. And Kimmi says, well, you really can't mediate if people saying they good, they fine. If the woman said that she good, it's not up to you to say, well, you not giving good. I don't think you good. If she says good, I'm done with it. Leave it alone. That's what y'all want people to do when they asking y'all about your husbands. Leave it alone. That's it. That's all. Listen, if y'all saw that clip, get down in the comments and tell me what you think, because this is crazy. It's like when Funky would say, you can't do wrong to a motherfucker, and then try to tell them how to react. You can't. And that's what they were trying to do to her, to Nell. But and then now I don't really feel sorry for you, because you thought these people were your friend. When you had somebody who thought you were their friend, you just getting back what you like. It's just this is just crazy. I can't believe this type of stuff is still going on since like what, season 2 or 3? Y'all still have the same storylines, the same issues, people inserting themselves into stuff they should not be inserting themselves into. I just don't understand. This is crazy. It is crazy. But y'all get down in the comments and let me know what you think, okay? And I'll talk to y'all later.